Hey guys, Andy Gross, thought of the day. Wanted to drop this one. It's a frequently asked question I get. And first of all, before I go any further, I got to say, this isn't legal advice. I don't know your specific case if you're watching this. But something to consider because this is a question, like I said, I get all the time. Folks will ask me, hey, should I try to work if I'm trying to get 100% VA disability? And I tell them, I think that's the wrong question. I ask them, can you work? Now, there are a lot of disability ratings where you can still be employed and receive 100% VA disability. You can even work under certain circumstances if you're receiving TDIU. The most common one is that you just have to be making less than the poverty line. So I think it's $14,000 or so this year. But if you can work, work. Now, if work is making your disability worse, that is something that you need to decide whether or not you can do. We're sympathetic to the fact that you need to survive, right? So work if you can, work if it's not doing more damage. But ultimately, if you're not at 100%, if you're still fighting the fight, I can't tell you whether you should or shouldn't work. And it's not going to make a huge difference in your VA disability benefits because those aren't the questions that the examiners are asking. Even for things like PTSD, they're asking, are you totally socially and occupationally impaired? Even if you're totally socially and occupationally impaired, that doesn't mean that you can't work, though. It just means that you can only work maybe specific jobs or very specific situations. It's not that you are not working. So even if you are 100% VA disabled, you can still work under many circumstances. So the answer I have to that is do what's right for you. Don't try to game the system by voluntarily not working. Work if you need to, work if you can, but don't try to play games with the system. That's not what VA disability benefits are there for, despite what many hucksters and claims consultants will try to tell you to do online. It's just not it. So again, it's an individual choice. Your disability ratings are not always tied to whether or not you can work. And again, not all work is the same. Is it, are you working in the family business because, they hooked you up with a job and you can kind of show up when you want? Or are you trying to go back to being a long haul trucker, even though your back is a mess, you've got severe PTSD, and your knees are a mess, and so on and so forth, right? So again, not all work is the same. Some folks will accommodate for disabilities too, but again, the two are not necessarily connected for the purposes of VA disability benefits. It's not the same for Social Security. It's not the same standard for workers' compensation. So please, the question is, it's an incredibly complicated question, but don't game the system. Anyway, that's my thought of the day. Hit like or subscribe to these videos. Again, we are constantly fielding questions, so leave a question in the comments or reach out to us via email if you have a question that we can perhaps answer. I love making content from audience questions. So with that said, until next time, take care.